Chat, am I allowed to stand up? Okay, I'll do the intros first, and maybe then I stand up. Why is Serral in the losers bracket? Serral lost to Clem in the quarterfinals. That's why he's in the loser bracket. Lower bracket, guys, lower bracket. It's 2023. There are no losers in this world. Only winners and lower brackets.
Let's get it on. Round 1. Fight!
Top left side, we are looking at the main base of the man that is one of the best Korean Zergs of all time. One of the best Zerg players of all time. The world champion of StarCraft 2 in the year 2019. It's Dark. And he is taking on the world champion of StarCraft 2 of the year 2018 and 2022. The two-time back to almost back. Not quite blockbuster champ, but you guys know what it is. It's Basilisk Serral. The great Yona Sotala. I think it's going to be an awesome series, guys. I've always rated Dark, his ZVZ, incredibly high. I know that Rogue was incredibly good and obviously very lethal and dangerous. But Dark is good at so many things that Rogue was not good at. Now, I don't know if Dark is better than Serral in some of these fine things of late game ZVZ. Probably not. But he can actually hang with the likes of Serral in late game, unlike many of the other Korean Zergs. So I think it's going to be an awesome series. I hope that Reynor is home by now. I'd be very surprised if Reynor is in the gym for 5 hours. That would honestly be a bit much. So I'm going to take a look at my Discord. Up. Absolutely, I'm wearing my Basilisk shoes. I've got Basilisk shoes. Somebody from Basilisk just asked me if I... Okay, we have center base. Sorry guys, I'm just checking in on Reynor. Dark is taking the triangle. Serral is just like in his best of 5 against Lambo, taking the hatchery in the center of the map. How does Reynor ask me to cast the second and the third best of 5 today, and then he's not even here when the third best of 5 are starting? Dark is making a lot of links, guys. Dark says, you know what, Yona, you want to take a weird base in the center of the map? I'm going to go ahead and try to punish it with a lot of Zerglings. Serral has dropped the Baning Nest. Already building a lot of drones. Is Serral already being too greedy here? An 8 drone advantage. Link Flood versus Ling Bane. 1 sec. I'm going to answer you later. Baling Nest not ready yet, but Serral is producing a lot of links. He obviously had to think about something like this happening. If that first queen gets picked off before the links are out, it's going to be painful. But the links are here for Serral. So it's links and queens against a lot of links. As Dark found a very, 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 very tiny window where he can make this happen. Gets the first queen, gets queen number 2. This looks pretty promising for Mr. Dark, guys. There is a Baning finishing up in that mineral line, but this is going to be so hard for Serral. Losing 2 queens that early. This is not the start that the man from Basilisk was looking for. Dark obviously needs to do more damage than he's done so far, but I think he will find more damage because he's Dark. Still sniping Balings. He won't find damage. He finds the entire game. Just like that, guys. Just like that. Dark 2 can channel his inner Rogue. Yeah, this is not an easy 3-0. It never is, man. Nobody easily 3-0s Dark in ZVZ. That doesn't happen. I don't think this is the end of the world. I think Serral can obviously still turn things around, but Dark is fucking scary, guys. Don't you guys remember that TSL that he won where he absolutely monster moded everyone? Didn't Dark beat Serral 4-0 or 4-1 in like the shortest best of 7 in history? Alright, Reynor is here, by the way, guys. Reynor is here, and he will also join so I can give Reynor a call. So, guys, I have a giveaway. If Serral wins this best of 5, I will raffle away a Basilisk cap and a booster pack of WCS player cards. This booster pack is over 10 years old. It's impossible to really get your hands on these. If Serral wins the best of 5, I will give this away. Yes, Reynor, I will. To win the giveaway, you have to be in my Discord and you just have to type in a number. That's all you have to do. But we'll talk more about it later. Serral needs to win the best of 5. If Serral doesn't win, we'll save it for a different day. If he does win, I'll give all of you guys plenty of time to join the giveaway.
Hello?
Hello. Jeez
What's up?
Louise, mate. I expect you to be Arnold Schwarzenegger by the time that I see you next. How long have you been in the gym?
I'm freaking huge. Now we have to stop to Albertine as well.
Okay. Yeah, that couldn't wait, obviously.
No more food in the house.
I can't
Just a
believe that
disaster.
you missed out on Cure Max Packs and now missed out on
what?
Game 1. Did you see Game 1?
Cure win?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw game 1.
Okay, yeah, Cure 1. Cure 1, 3-2.
Just as I predicted.
Yep, that is correct, mate. Exactly as you predicted.
Only the goat.
I'm a bit hurt. All right, game 2. I will go ahead. We'll intro the nerds. I'll do one, you do one, and I'm gonna grab myself a beer. I want a beer.
That's fine.
Quick, and obviously you can give your thoughts on that first game that we just saw.
Round 2. Fight.
12 full.
Bottom right side, we are looking at the main base of the man who indeed is gonna go for something very aggressive once more. It's the Korean Zerg taking the 1-0 lead. It's Dark. Give me a spicy
And in the
intro.
top left, we have the Blue Zerg, the finisher, Yona, Sotala, Serral. Hype.
This is not just a 12 pool Reynor. It's a 12
it's
pool
12
with a
11.
gas. Tell the people what is happening.
I actually, this is what Solar did, I think, against Serral on Crespan, same map. It could either be the Link version, only Links, or it could be the Link Bane version. I don't think it's gonna be the speed plus Bane. It's either one of those two. So it's like speedless Bane or speed Links, no Bane. I'm not an expert. We should get Blind on the call. Or Solar.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, you left me alone?
Yeah. I mean, you were gonna do a speech about strategy.
I did. I thought you were listening though.
No, I don't need to hear your speeches, mate. I know everything that you know, and then some.
You do?
I'm kidding. No, I wasn't.
Alright, tell us what's going on then, Kevin.
Well, I can tell you what's going on, mate. We're gonna get the Denver. Isn't this?
the Denver.
This is the Denver, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I remember
I
Denver, the WCS
Denver
Europe,
Miko.
or I mean DreamHack Masters Europe. Denver on Blackburn, he got the very best with this build, many times over. This is incredibly committed, about as committed as anything could be from a Zerg in ZVZ. And how do we like Jonas' chances here, mate?
I don't know. He got destroyed by Solar in Gamers 8 with this build.
On this map as well, right?
No, this map was only Links.
Oh, okay. What was the map that Solar did this one?
I can't remember actually. But it was not. I think this one was the only Links one. But yeah, I think.
Oh,
Yona-
yes, yeah, you're right. Because he defended with drones on the low ground and
Yeah,
then Link speed
yeah.
kicked in. Yeah.
He's
All right.
gonna give up his second base actually. I think.
So you think it's just going to completely give up on the hatchery? We've got a spine going up in the main base. Will Dark ever be happy with just killing the hatch? Or do you think Dark wants a whole lot more than just the hatch?
Well, it depends what Serral does. Because if Serral doesn't cancel the second queen,
Yeah.
it's a little bit bad for him. But he has to cancel it. Hello? He's not cancel. Okay, so that's bad for him. Because obviously he would just wasted 150 minerals for nothing. So Dark now can pretty much just go for the hatch, and I think he's fine.
That was nice.
But he's
though,
making more links.
That was nice for Yona. Yona does manage to snipe one of these banelings. And indeed, since Dark is building more links, well, now he fires up a drone, by the way. But Dark was building a few more links. Sniping that one bane is a pretty big deal there for Yona. Makes his life a little bit easier. I feel like if Dark sees this setup, I'd be surprised. Oh my god, he is going to go for it.
Yeah.
You think he's going to go
for
from
it.
2 angles? Like top right
Yeah,
and...
yeah, he has to. He has to go for 2 angles, or even 3 ideally. Like here, if he gets drones, it's GG. If he doesn't get drones, Yon is ahead because he's wasting so much in bailings.
Well, the banelings are finishing up for Serral as well. Very big moment. It's a 2 for 3 trade there. That's perfect for Serral. He gets a 2 for 3 trade. And Dark will decide against sending the other banelings in. And yeah, Serral, obviously, you can say he's a bit of an awkward spot because link speed isn't anywhere done yet. But he has an 8 drone advantage.
Yeah.
I would say it's quite alright for Serral. He can obviously immediately expand again as well. I don't think he needs to worry too much. He's got a queen, he's got spines, he's got banelings.
Yeah, he has double queen and more drones. It's not bad for Serral. I don't want to say it's too good because obviously his hatch is delayed a lot and it will hurt a little bit. But yeah, I think it's not bad. I wouldn't mind being in this position.
He does have the queen advantage. It's 2 queens against 1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he just has to be careful, but I don't think Dark can achieve anything here, honestly.
Somebody wrote Dark is going rogue, and this definitely is indeed giving me some serious rogue vibes. But Serral definitely sharp here in game 2, not making too many arrows. Needs to defend his queens, but I think he will... Oh, the baneling kills it. Good job there by Dark. That was cute, actually, the way that he finished off that queen. Still morphing more banes. Dark making this a very tricky game for Serral, right? To figure out, are we done? Or will there be more? Well, there is more.
Dark knows there's a spine out in the map, so making more links and banes just seems questionable.
Yeah, but it's almost
Say
a
the
fake,
least.
right? Like it's like, hey, I'm doing this, and but Serral's
Yeah,
not
it's a
buying
fake, but it's also hurting his own economy, you know, because he has his ass ready, so he could be mining from it.
it. Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. He's just putting himself a little bit behind because Serral doesn't necessarily need to do anything about it. If he has spines and banes, he just needs to micro correctly.
There's a 7 worker advantage on the side of Yona, but Dark is going to be able to close that gap real quick. And Dark should actually be mining a tiny bit more, because obviously he's already able to mine off 2 mineral lines, and Serral is not. I like what Serral is doing here, by the way. Already mining with all the drones, so you can immediately return all these drones and then send the boys to mining. That's cute.
Yep. Very nice. And now Serral is ahead. Because he's making roaches. Dark has no roach warren. So even if this is a fake for Serral, which looks like it is, because he's making a lair, he can deny the third base, or he can fake out a lot of units. Like, he can force a lot of units. So I like Serral's position a lot more.
Why is Serral getting the Evo in the back of the main?
Because he doesn't want to show what he's doing.
Okay. Not very
He
common.
doesn't need the wall anyways. He has roaches and banelings already.
And the safety spine.
Yep.
Dark actually feels that he's the one who needs the safety spine now. Cancels the Evo chamber, makes his second spine. But Serral isn't even all that serious about this.
Yeah, it's just cap. Look, how many banelings is morphing. I think as soon as Serral sees this, he goes back.
Yeah.
No, you go back and it's GG.
Yep. No, Serral
Right?
gets the cancel, and there's absolutely no need for Yona to stick around. Maybe you can stick around a tiny bit more to see if the spines finish up or not, but wow, that was amazing. That wasn't just good, but that was 10 out of 10 amazing for Yona. No Evo chamber for Dark, no third base. Lair is very late compared to Serral's Lair, and Dark is just in all sorts of trouble in game 2.
He's not even canceling the second spine. This game is just straight up over now. Very nice.
So you think that Dark will pretty much always go Spire here, right? Like, even though that's obviously a Copium Spire, but that's like,
Yeah, it's a copium spire. He's just gonna die, I think.
okay. What about,
Because look at his lair timing. It's so late.
you know what this is the perfect game for, Reynor?
What? Burrow?
No, a hidden base.
A hidden base. Yeah. Just send a drone under the overlord. See what's up.
No, but like Dark is honestly running out of options. I'm obviously
Dark
meaning
is
that.
just dead.
Yeah. Move on. Serral has a couple of links. They're gonna work on this hatch. It's a million. It's a baning for every single Zergling. That's why you know somebody has slightly overreacted. Dark is going to move the spines forward. Really, at least wants to keep the third base alive this time around. I think with all
He's
the
gonna cancel
banes,
it.
with all the banes, I think it should be fine. Spines coming closer.
depends,
Queens.
comes down to the micro.
I think it's okay. Oh. Okay.
That was not too hot. Banelings against roaches are not the best.
No, but there's like a bunch of defensive roaches coming out. The spines are getting closer. Like Dark will be able to at least keep this hatchery alive now, but he's in a
Okay,
world
you
of
want to know
trouble.
the only way to win now
Mhm.
is to stop droning, make a spire, and mass roach until you have spire. Because then you hope that Serral all-ins into you, and you have like a setup like a defensive setup with double spine and a lot of roaches. But you have to choose one thing or the other. That's what he's doing, but he has to cut workers. Otherwise, he's never gonna survive.
Right. Reynor, a lot of people took a tiny break and they completely missed game 1 and they're wondering what happened. What in
Just,
your eyes happened in game 1?
Link Ben pushed, Serral missed micro, then he died. Pretty much.
Wasn't it pure links from Dark? It was not Link
Was it?
Bane. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that Dark even made a single baning in the game.
Link push then.
Yeah. Link flood.
Link flood.
Serral took the center base on Neo-Humanity, and Dark said, alright, you take the center base, I'm gonna make a lot of links, and caught the queens very early. And Serral tried to defend with banelings, but they were a little bit too late, and that's also
Look,
good.
he's doing exactly what I said, but yeah, Serral is playing it correctly. He's not biting. He's just making drones, which is the correct play.
Right. So, while we are waiting for either of these two players to truly commit, because we're just gonna build drones and units for a little bit, what do Reynor and Skillis buy in the Albertine?
I bought a bunch of stuff. He bought a bunch of stuff as well.
What kind of stuff?
I bought like shrimps, some vegetables. You know what I started to do? I started buying like 3 of protein, 3 of vegetables, 3 of carbs, and 3 fruits.
Sounds big.
Very high tier.
Alright, guys. Dark realizes that he's just way too far behind. Roaches with Talon and Claw sneak into the main base, sneak into the natural. There's nothing he could really do in this game anymore. The initial opening wasn't all that bad for Dark, but the few roaches that Serral made were good enough to get a cancel in the third. Dark made a million defensive banes, invested in double spine crawler, cancels the Evo Chamber. Obviously just super far behind at that point. Tried to make something out of this game because this is the lower bracket. Tournament life is on the line, but in the end, there was just nothing he could really do there. Serral too far ahead. Very clean game too by Yona, overall I'd say. You said you didn't like that second queen finishing up. Is that a mistake or is that just something
I mean, you saw it too, no? It just died straight away. It did nothing. So that's minus 150 euros.
Okay.
You just gotta look at it that way. Because there's no way. Like, you gotta decide between one thing or the other. You try either to hold your second base, and that's when the queen comes up. You let the queen live, and then you pull the drones and try to defend your second base. Or you defend your main base. There is no in between, you know?
Fair enough, but is it also safe to say that's the only mistake that Serral made in game 2?
Yep.
Okay.
That's my goat. Let's go, baby. Giving one for the fence.
Winner of this series will move on to play against Max Pax, who just lost in a close series against Cure. Obviously, after this, we've got one more best of 5 for you guys. Another TVP that should be a very fun one as well. Maru versus Hero. Hero, the second Protoss that's still left in this tournament. Do we have a 3-3-2 ratio distribution, by the way, of the players that's left? No, it's 4-2-2, I guess.
For Terrence?
Yep, 4 Terrans.
Man. I'm not gonna say anything.
It's the
What?
it's the Widowmine, mate.
It's the freaking Widowmine. Reddit was right. I'm about to post again. Oh, my Smurf.
Is it you posting about the Widowmine on Reddit?
Yeah, it's me. You see, they're buffing the Widowmine. Slight buff. But I don't know. I don't think the Widowmine needed it.
Alright, guys. Round 3. A lower bracket match between two of the greatest Zerg players of all time in the history of StarCraft 2. Top right side. He's been very aggressive so far. Not playing very much like himself, but playing a lot like Rogue did in the past. It is Dragon KZ Gaming's Dark. He should still be on DKZ, right? I didn't read any news about that.
I think so, but I see no plant tag. It's okay. And in the bottom left, we have the GOAT, Basilisk, Serral, my teammate, cheering for this guy right here.
Very proud of you, Ren.
Thank you, thank you. I'm improving, no?
Very biased broadcast.
Yeah, of course. Let's go, Basilisk forever. 16 hatch.
This is actually, it's the first big, even if it's an online, it's the first big 1v1 tournament that we have since you and Serral have both been a part of Basilisk, that we could potentially have a non-Basilisk player win it.
That is true, but somehow you gotta, sometimes you gotta give it to other people as well, you know?
Yeah, we already did that in the WTL though. Do we need to keep on doing that?
No, but that one doesn't count.
It does count.
It
That was
doesn't
the
count.
moment I was waiting for my entire life. I was going to be a champion. You let me down.
Yeah, that's what. Why do you think we lost?
Is it me?
Yeah.
Really?
you
Am
wanna
I
do
the
too
Harry
much.
Kane of Basilisk? Am I just... Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Shit.
But yeah, sometimes, man, you gotta give it to other people.
All right.
Because otherwise it becomes boring. It's okay. Basilisk can take the bigger one.
This one is big enough, though. Yona's going to do his best. And I don't think either you or I would ever count Yona out and his chances to still win this tournament.
No,
Well-
no. I think Serral will win.
It's going to be tough. Obviously, Dark today is tough. And if we advance, Max Pax is waiting, who's also been looking very good in PvZ. But
Really?
you don't think so?
No,
All right.
not necessarily.
Okay. What
think-
series did you watch him play PvZ where you were not impressed?
Me versus him.
When did you play him?
I don't know. A couple months ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago. He's a whole new man by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were telling me he doesn't block my base and go for 2 Adept Shade everywhere anymore.
Yes, he does, but he does it better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does it way
Okay.
better.
No, but I think Serral is favored against Max Pax by quite a bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't fight you too much over that one.
Yeah,
But I think it'd be one hell of a series, though.
Yeah. Can't argue with that.
Alrighty. Link speed on the way for both players. Baneling Nest on the way for both players as well. Nobody doing anything too out of the ordinary just yet. Serral seemed to have done a slightly better job in getting a few more drones out early, but obviously it's incredibly similar. This obviously is a very large map, so I wouldn't necessarily really recommend too much hatchery aggression. Like whether it's Lynx, Banes, Roaches, Ravages. Do you think one of the two is going to go for it?
No, doesn't look like it so far. But ZVZ nowadays is always one guy all-inning and the other guy trying to defend. So I think it will be, if anything, it's going to be like a two-gas delayed push. The both are skipping Evo, actually. Dark likes to go lair before Evo. And I know Serral just likes to skip Evo a lot. Well, not skip, just delay it. They're doing the same thing.
Yeah, you always got to keep a close eye, guys. Whenever you see two links on the minimap somewhere, those are the links to pay attention to, because those links can eventually become banelings. Once they are banelings, they're going to try to find their way into mineral lines. Both of them.
And Dark is adding two gases.
Roach Warren, Evo Chamber.
Yeah, Siona is doing something very similar to what I did against Solar in Gamers 8, where I was going like 14 links, 2 bailings, into 7-8 roaches pressure. But it was mostly to be safe against everything.
This is going to be hard for Dark, man, because there's a lot of links morphing in his face. Banelings, that is. But there's banelings coming in from the top left. There's banelings coming in from the bottom. There aren't too many units to kill here. This is obviously going to be a very chaotic fight. Seems that Yona just wants to run everything into the natural. There isn't too much to kill in the third, but he is going to get the queens. And that's obviously a good start. That queen is blocked out by the morphing banelings from Dark.
That's a nice position, though, because otherwise Yona would have just crashed into the banelings.
Yep, 2 for 2. Ooh, big baneling connection there on the side of Dark. A lot of Zerglings went down on the side of Serral, but I still like it for Serral, though. I feel like he dealt a decent amount of damage here.
Yeah, it was good enough, I think. He killed 2 queens, bunch of workers, forced out a lot. The only thing is that his gases are super late. That's the only thing. Other than that, my boy is fine.
Yep. Very safe. Got plenty of roaches. Doesn't obviously have to be aggressive with them. Serral's still sending extra links to the other side of the map. Dark is droning up heavily, but he's also rallying units to the other side of the map. He wants to show these units to Serral. He wants to put some fear into Serral. So Serral's going to build spine crawlers, more units, and that is Dark's way of catching up in this game. Serral can obviously cancel this spine, and he should the moment he sees the roaches return. He really doesn't need it.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit worried because Serral's +1 is later compared to Dark, and the layer timing is the same, and Dark has more gas, but it's heavily supply blocked for a couple of minutes now.
Definitely not a couple of minutes. This game has been going on for 6 minutes. You're gonna tell me he reached 83 supply at minute 3?
Okay, I was pushing it a little bit. Maybe a 1 minute. 1 minute.
A full minute?
No, 30 seconds.
Yeah, okay. I can live with 30 seconds. Well,
It's
a lot.
It's so much.
Yeah, that's a lot. I'll be the first to admit it, but a couple of minutes makes it seem a little more disastrous than what it actually was. Overlord speed on the way for Serral. Yeah. Obviously, this is such a large map that playing against Mutas could be a nightmare. If you know that Mutas are potentially on the menu, you want to pick up on that as quickly as possible. Drops a Hydra
then straight away. This guy, he knows. So Dark is gonna drop a Spire soon. 100%.
Because he's Dark and he just built Spires. Ooh, cancel. Serral gets the cancel, gets the drone as well though, so that's obviously nice. This is where Serral's gonna scout for a Spire, but it's gonna be very hard to find it because there is no Spire yet.
What if you proxy the Spire? That would be high tier.
Bly would do it. Bottom right side, drop some creeps and a drone.
Yeah, exactly. I would love it.
You're getting a drop lord.
Yep. He's gonna put either 4 Bailings or 4 roaches inside. Looks like he's getting 4 roaches. The Serral move. Classic. No Spire so far. Dark is reformed. He's changed man. Double Evo.
Yep, getting a second Evo as well.
That's a dangerous game to play against Serral.
Hey, that Serral cancelled the Hydra then.
Yeah. He's on no Spire.
Yeah, but what if there was a Spire? You'd be so sad.
No shot. Now you're giving me ideas. Next time I play against Serral, I'm proxying a Spire.
I'll think back of this cast then. That's kind of funny that he built a Dark Hydra then in a game where there was a lot of Link Bane aggression in the beginning. He saw a lot of roaches. Just assumed there was going to be a Spire built to Hydra, then cancels it when he doesn't scout it.
But I'm telling you, like, Dark makes a Spire 9 games out of 10. And now this game he's trying to be Serral pretty much.
Yeah.
I've had these phases as well where I was like, okay, I can beat Serral in a straight up game. And then sometimes you just regret it.
Serral is definitely a bit ahead in supply and still building a lot. He's going to go into Roaches and Tunneling Claws once more. We already saw how effective they were on Grass 1, but he was very far ahead on Grass 1. This game is a little bit closer, a little bit more competitive. I like the high Ravager count, by the way, on the side of Dark. Gotta say, I don't want to make it painful, but he did a great job with those Ravagers yesterday against you on Royal Blood. I thought that was
You're
very
making it painful.
I'm sorry. Bailing drop, by the way, on the side of the map. That is not bad. It's 8 drones going down. Serral's really shoving it here into a very high Ravager count. He needs to be damn certain that this is the correct call. Supply-wise looks good, but a lot of it is in production. Now, there's also a couple of drones falling, I guess, to Roaches and Tunneling Claws already. Serral feels that this is the right fight to take. And I wouldn't say that he is necessarily wrong. Roaches burrowing all over the shop.
Yep. So far, this has been good trades from the side of Dark. And he also killed 8 drones. Now the drone count is dead even. Just Dark is a little bit ahead in upgrades. But yeah, I don't think he will be able to capitalize on it.
The minimap in
Definitely
ZVZ, by the way, is so freaking chaotic. When you guys have Overlord speed and you put the Overlords on patrol, there is just so much shit happening.
Yeah,
Super annoying.
ZVZ is actually an insanely fast-paced matchup when it gets to this point.
Yeah.
But very rarely it does.
And
There's always one guy ruining the party from making a Spire.
Ooh, nice corrosive balls there on the side of Serral. Dark eats a couple of big hits to the face. Serral feels it is a fight he can take, but he does walk into a bit of a surround. The corrosive balls are going to connect at least to some degree. At the same time, though, there are drones dying at the 3 o'clock base. Dark is pretty quick to respond. Dark, however, man, can be very lucky, I think, that Serral didn't go full pedal to the metal and that Serral is thinking about the very late game, right, with the Hive. Because Dark was nowhere near maxed out and he doesn't have that much money in the bank. He's definitely struggling. Serral finding more damage right now with a couple of burrowed roaches. Serral's just doing this incredibly well once more. The multitasking of the man from Finland is still there, Reynor.
This is why you make a Spire.
Just everywhere.
Yeah, it's very annoying. This guy has been doing it since he was 9. You don't want to face him. Literally, he was boring roaches before StarCraft came out.
Feels that Dark knows about a couple of these roaches here. Overseer should reveal them. Overseer will reveal them. But while Dark is busy chasing all of these roaches around, Serral's here again with a big army. One thing that Serral still needs to keep in mind, though, is that Dark has a crap ton of Ravagers. And that can honestly get scary. The army supplies are kind of close. The overall supply is not close because Dark is losing way too many drones to keep on doing this forever. Yona is everywhere where he needs to be. And Dark is just kind of running from here to there to everywhere, trying to... Oh my goodness, he just leaves!
He just leaves.
He just leaves.
Next
Yona.
game he's making a Spire 100%. He
Yona.
doesn't want to do this anymore.
Wow, that's a bit of a rage quit. Like, I know that he's taking a beating and whatnot, but I almost feel that you still want to try to get out a few more units and just send it to the other side of the map.
I was Omega dead.
Yeah, maybe, but you don't normally leave there. You don't leave because you're being harassed. You leave because you lose your army.
He left because he was losing it. There was roaches everywhere. He didn't want to take it anymore.
Yeah, I know. Serral was obviously getting the best of him. Serral was getting himself in an amazing spot with high finishing up, can transition into lurkers. But that's still a little bit surprising to me. Lower bracket, tournament life on the line, to leave with 130 army supply when you have that many Ravagers and you're really good at taking some of these fights. It looked very grim, but I'm still surprised that you would leave there.
I wouldn't. Dark would. Beast. Okay, so this game, I can already tell you, he's either gonna do a 13-12 or something very cheesy, or he's gonna drop a Spire ASAP. ASAP. Because he doesn't want to do this anymore. And I understand it.
Some of you guys saying Idra GG. Obviously, it's not Idra GG because Serral was winning the game handedly and heavily, and Serral was everywhere he needed to be. Idra left games where he was winning. Dark was, by no stretch of the imagination, winning that game. But normally what you see is that the lower the drone count goes, the bigger the army supply goes, and then you still pray. You're like, all right, maybe one time I can attack with 150 army supply. I will always have more army supply, and maybe I can get the dream fight. It's the ultimate Hail Mary shove where you pray. So very different than Idra leaving a game where he's winning. Dark wasn't winning, but it would have been nice to see him at least try with the Hail Mary play.
If I had to break down chances of that game, I would say Dark had a 1.5% chance of winning.
So I would like to see him try.
Yeah, me too, actually. I would have tried.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know that's a very different scenario, but the one game that I will always think back of is you against Serral in Kiev on Thunderbird, where Serral was doing that stuff to you as well, where he was everywhere at once, and he was killing your drones, and he was picking up units, and he had a monstrous bank. And at one point, after you lost all your drones for like 20 minutes straight, you're like, all right, fuck it. Here's 170 army supply of Viper Lurker. You run to the other side of the map, and you still win a magical game. Like, Yona was winning that game also against you, but you still went for it, and you won.
I was getting clapped. But I think Yona has never been the same after that game.
All right. Game 4, guys. Lower bracket of the Masters Coliseum. In the bottom left side, we are looking at the main base of our Korean Zerg, the world champ of 2019. He's down 1-2.
Jesus.
It's Dark.
You're just taking shots at me now. What is this?
How is it a shot? You made it to the grand finals, mate. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah, but I got buffed.
Yeah, well.
That's disaster. I want to forget about it. Okay, I might as well say in the top right, the man that defeated Reynor last year at Katowice 4-3, it's Serral.
Indeed, the 2022 world champ defeating Reynor.
4-3, man, 4-3.
Huh?
How does it feel? One game away from becoming a world champion 2 times.
Dog didn't.
That's how you feel.
Dog didn't 4-3, you know. What was that? 4-1 or 4-0?
It was 4-1, but the game I won was when he pulled the drones and we don't count it, so it was 4-0.
All right. Hey, I mean, you're making it seem bad that somebody beat you in the final. Like a lot of people,
terrible.
A lot of people dream of even having a bit of a run or qualifying for a world championship. So, I think losing in the grand finals, mate, is still one hell of a run. It's definitely not a shot.
You know, I was so tired. After beating Serral 3-2 after our series, I got into the finals and I couldn't understand anything. I was dead. Completely tired.
Yeah, I remember. That was the weird BlizzCon, for the people who may vaguely remember, where we did the round of 16. We did in Korea. And then the top 8 players that were still in the tournament flew from Korea. So basically you have a European flying from Europe to Korea.
Yeah.
Then from Korea over the Pacific Ocean to Anaheim, California. And then the entire tournament was played out in one day. So that's legitimately a trip around the entire world. But
I remember because my dad was there as well. And we were so like jet lagged. We were trying to order food at 2 a.m. I remember, because we woke up at 2. We didn't it's not like we didn't sleep until 2. We were just waking up at 2 a.m. or trying to order Subway sandwiches or something. Banger.
Yeah, good choice. Solid.
Yeah. But the problem is that I had to play the next day and woke up at 2. So that was terrible.
What do we see over here, Reynor? Royal Blood, 3 minutes into the game, we see a very quick lair on the side of Serral.
You know what I see? I see a man copying me after yesterday. This is what I did against Dark. 15 hatch, 2 base lair on Babylon. Exactly this.
And it worked.
He's just copying me. Yeah, it worked. Understandable that he's copying me.
Someone is asking you in the chat, why are there so many 2-base builds these days in CVC?
Well, some of the maps are very good for it. Like this map, for example, you can wall off with two buildings, yeah. And some maps, I prefer the maps with ramps, because it's very hard to check if the upgrade is going or not for both the Evo and the Roachwarren. So it's a little bit of more of a coin flip. And also, I'm gonna be honest, against the Koreans, 2-base openings are quite good, because these guys, they keep going for a lot of links and carapace, exactly what Dark is doing, and I think it loses to 99% of the openings.
Kind of feels that Dark is going for the Solar over here, right?
Are we just calling it the Solar now?
Absolutely, man. With the amount of victories that he's been able to get with it.
Just Carapace is the Solar?
No, just like the Mass, Ling, Roach, Ravager attacks. Sometimes some Banelings. Everything on Hatchery is Solar.
Yeah, that's true. This guy's wild.
But yeah, Dark is going to be 7. He sees the amount of units that are already here, and he's like, oh, What do I do now? Like, obviously, you could maybe still... If Serral attacks Dark, Dark is going to be, I guess, kind of happy because he is on 3 bases. But if Dark was planning on attacking Serral, that's not going to work.
Oh, he definitely is. But Serral is attacking as well.
Yeah, so who's attacking, mate? If they're both attacking... Serral's even creating a highway to the other side of the map. So if Dark had any ambitions of attacking... Obviously, with +1 missile attacks finishing up for Serral and +1 carapace finishing up for Dark, that's going to favor Serral, right? Because he's still 2 shots to links.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No.
With carapace.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
I was about to flame one guy in your chat.
Oh, who?
There was one guy telling me that he bet $100 on me yesterday, and then I played toss.
It doesn't matter.
what you
Let's
get.
focus on this fight. It's an important fight. Serral is attacking, guys, with 70 army supply, but Dark has triple hatchery production. Dark thinks about going for a little surroundment on the queens before there is creep, and without creep you can transfuse. A couple of transfusions do go down, but I don't hate the start for Dark here, but Dark does need to chill because he lost a lot of Zerglings.
Yeah. Dark has to go back.
Go back,
Get
Dark.
more Zerglings. Oh.
He misses all the corrosive balls as well. A couple of them are not even moving. Good job by Serral moving those roaches. Dark has lost a crazy amount of Zerglings there. And sure, he got the queens very quickly, but that's all he got.
But why does Serral keep pushing though? I don't feel like he needs to.
Well, he just lost 4 queens. He lost every single queen. He's still on 2 bases.
Yeah, so what? Look at the drone count. Look at the...
He's going to try to win the game right here, Reynor. That's why he's pushing.
That's true. Yeah, that's why he's the finisher.
Yeah, but will he be able to finish it? It's obviously starting to look very promising. There aren't too many roaches on the side of Dark. Dark does drop a transfuse on a couple of his Ravages. One of the Ravages goes down, and once the roaches of Serral gets on top of the Ravages, this is why Serral keeps on pushing. The finisher does it. He takes the best of 5, a 3-1. And
you see why this build sucks? Like, Serral is legit attacking into an all-in and he still wins. That's so funny. This build is terrible. But we're not going to tell them. So keep doing it. Very good, guys.
Do you think that Dark thought that maybe Serral was going to go for 2-base Muda, and that's why this attack would be good?
Listen, I don't think Dark thought at all. He saw like a Evo chamber, he's like, yep, carapace. Bunch of links, surround, GG. That's what went through in his head, I'm pretty sure.
Do you see the time supply cap, by the way, of that game?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But most of it was on purpose. Because when you get 15 hatch, your supply, because you get the Overlord super late when you go 15 hatch. Because you gastric, then you go 15 hatch, then you gastric again, drone, and then you go Overlord.
But still,
It's
2
very
minutes and
late.
10 seconds in a 7-minute game is pretty mental.
Let him play, man. Let him play. What are you doing?
That to me,
Judging?
that reminds me of that clip. You know, he's like, "Oh, I'm so confused there for a moment because I was wondering why I couldn't make any units, but I just didn't lose a single unit in that fight." Maybe that's what happened. He only lost the queens and then he rebuilt them, and he's like, "Well, he rebuilt some roaches," and he's like, "Damn it, I just want to build some units. Why am I not losing any units?" All right, mate. Are you staying for the PVT as well, since you missed the other PVT? It should be good, mate.
I'm not sure if maybe I'll see like game 1 and see how it goes, okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna take a tiny break, guys. After that, we'll be back with our final best of 5 of this day.
Wait, it's over?
What?
The best of 5? This one? Oh yeah, it's 3-1. Okay, I thought it was 2-1 for some reason. Very nice. My boy. Got it again.
Yes.
As always. No doubts in my mind.
All right, guys. Serral does advance into the next round where he will be playing against Max Packs, 2 of Europe's finest, battling it out in the lower bracket. That obviously also means that we're going to do a giveaway. ! Discord, guys. You can join my Discord. There's a giveaway channel. I will write a little message there. You can just respond underneath it. You can win a Basilisk Cappy and a pack of StarCraft 2 WCS player cards. So
What do I need to answer?
Say again?
What do I need to put a number there?
Yes,
What's going on?
a number between 1 and 250. That's what you do.
Number between 1 and 250.
That is correct. So this is our bracket. Serral advances into the lower bracket quarterfinals where he's going to play a PVZ with Max Packs. Now the second to last Protoss in this tournament, Hero versus Maro. Reynor and I are going to take a little break. After that, we'll be back.